Class 12 Accountancy Numerical Problems Solutions. Presented by edxit.com. In this video, we are going to provide Accounting for Partnership Basic Concepts, Distribution of Profits Solutions, Problem 3 Solution. The problem statement is as follows. Harshad and Dhiman are in partnership since April 1st, 2000 XA. No partnership agreement was made. They contributed 4 lakh rupees and 1 lakh rupees respectively as capital. In addition, Harshad advanced an amount of 1 lakh rupees to the firm on October 1st, 2000 XA. Due to long illness, Harshad could not participate in business activities from August 1st to September 30th, 2000 XA. The profits for the year ended March 31st, 2000 XB amounted to 1,80,000 rupees. Dispute has arisen between Harshad and Dhiman. Harshad claims 1. He should be given interest at 10% per annum on capital and loan. 2. Profit should be distributed in proportion of capital. Dhiman claims 1. Profit should be distributed equally. 2. He should be allowed 2000 rupees per month as remuneration for the period he managed the business in the absence of Harshad. 3. Interest on capital and loan should be allowed at 6% per annum. You are required to settle the dispute between Harshad and Dhiman. Also prepare profit and loss appropriation account. So, as per the given problem, there was no partnership agreement made. So, there was a dispute when the time has come to distribute the profits. So, we need to settle the dispute between Harshad and Dhiman. We also need to prepare the profit and loss appropriation account. So, as per the dispute, the partner Harshad is claiming that he should be given interest at 10% per annum on his capital as well as the loan given by him to the firm. To resolve this dispute, we take the provisions of the Partnership Act relevant for accounting as the guidelines. So, as per this Act, if the partnership deed is silent about interest on capital, in such case no interest is to be paid on the capital, and the interest on the loan to be paid is at the rate of 6% per annum. So, if we consider these provisions, the interest on capital is 0% and the interest on loan is 6%. But the partner Harshad is claiming that the interest on capital should be 10% as well as the interest on loan should also be 10%. So, we conclude that this claim is invalid. Now, let's proceed to the next claim made by Harshad. In this case, he is claiming that the profits should be distributed in proportion of capital. We know that when the partnership deed is silent about the ratio in which the profits should be distributed, we should consider that the profit sharing ratio should be equal for each partner. We know from the problem that the capitals contributed by both the partners are 4 lakh rupees and 1 lakh rupees. So, as per Harshad's claim, the profits should be distributed in the ratio of 4 lakhs is to 1 lakh. Cancelling 5 zeros in 4 lakhs for the 5 zeros in 1 lakh, we have 4 is to 1. But as per the provisions of the Partnership Act, this ratio should be 1 is to 1. So, the second claim made by Harshad is also invalid one. With that, we are done with the validation of the claims made by the partner Harshad. Let us now proceed to check the validity of the claims made by the partner Dhiman. His first claim is that the profits should be distributed equally. We have just now seen that as per the provisions of the Partnership Act, if the partnership deed is silent about the profit sharing ratio, then the profit should be distributed equally. So, this first claim made by the partner Dhiman is valid one. Now, in the next claim, partner Dhiman is claiming that he should receive 2000 rupees per month remuneration as he has managed the business in the absence of Harshad. As per the problem, partner Harshad was away from the business activities for some period due to illness. Now, we know that as per the provisions of the Partnership Act, If the partnership deed is silent about the remuneration to be paid to the partners, then no remuneration should be paid to the partners. So this second claim made by the partner Dhiman is invalid one. With that, we have completed checking the validity of this claim. Let us now move to the next claim made by the partner Dhiman. As per this claim, the interest on capital and loan should be allowed at 6% per annum. Just now we have seen that if the partnership deed is silent about the interest on capital, then the interest on capital should be none. Also, the interest on loan should be at the rate of 6% per annum. So, the first part of this claim, which is claiming for the interest on capital, is invalid. And the second part of this claim, which is claiming that the interest on loan should be 6% per annum, is valid one. So overall we can say that this claim made by the partner Dhiman is only partially valid. So with that, we are done with that part of the problem which requires us to settle the dispute between partners Harshad and Dhiman. Let's now proceed with the next part, wherein we have to prepare the profit and loss appropriation account. It's given in the problem that the profit earned by the business at the end of the accounting period is 1,80,000 rupees. As we are aware, the profit made by the business is nothing but a credit balance in the profit and loss account. So for distributing the profits among the partners, we should first transfer this profit to the profit and loss appropriation account. At the same time, as we are transferring this profit out of the profit and loss account, we should debit the profit and loss account. But before we proceed, there is one thing that we should consider. It is given in the problem that the partner Harshad provided a loan amount of 1 lakh rupees to the firm. So we should calculate the interest on this loan and charge it against the profit. In other words, we should subtract this interest on loan from the profit amount. Only then the remaining amount should be distributed among the partners. Now, as there is a dispute regarding the interest on loan amount, we can assume that this was not considered in the profit and loss account. But as per the problem, the profit and loss account is already prepared. So what should we do now? In this case, instead of transferring the profit to the profit and loss appropriation account, we should transfer it to the profit and loss adjustment account on the credit side. In this account, we will consider the interest on loan and then the resulting profit amount should be distributed among the partners. As the preparation of the profit and loss account is not in the scope of this problem, let us leave out the profit and loss account related debit entry and let us post the profit and loss adjustment account related credit entry into the profit and loss adjustment account. But first, let's prepare the format of the profit and loss adjustment account as it is not yet prepared. Let us first write the title as profit and loss adjustment account. Let us now have the headers DR and CR to designate the debit and credit sides respectively. Let us now have the individual columns for particulars and amount in rupees on the debit side. Let us have the same columns on the credit side also. Now let us write by profit and loss account in the particulars column on the credit side. This indicates that the profit from the profit and loss account is transferred to the profit and loss adjustment account. Let us then write the given profit amount of 1,80,000 rupees into the amount column on the credit side. With that, we have completed the transferring of the profit from the profit and loss account to the profit and loss adjustment account. Let us now proceed with the calculation of the interest on loan. Let us first write the header interest on loan to indicate that the calculation that we are going to do next is related to the interest on loan. Now, as we have already seen in the problem, the partner Harshad has given a loan amount of 1 lakh rupees to the firm. Now, to calculate the interest on loan given by the partner Harshad, his loan amount of 1 lakh rupees should be multiplied with the rate of interest on loan, which is 6 upon 100. This should give us the yearly interest on the loan given by the partner Harshad. Now, as you might have noticed, it is given in the problem that this loan amount was given on October 1st and the accounting period is ending on March 31st of the following year. So, from October 1st of any given year to March 31st of the following year, the duration of time is 6 months, right? So, we should consider the interest on loan only for this duration of 6 months. So, let us multiply this yearly interest on loan with 6 upon 12. This should give us the interest on loan for 6 months. Now, let us cancel the 2 zeros in 100 for the 2 zeros in 1 lakh rupees. Now, cancelling with 6, 6 ones are, 6 twos are. Again, cancelling with 2, 2 ones are, 2 threes are. Now, if you multiply the remaining 1003, we get 3000 rupees. This is the interest on the loan given by the partner Harshad for a period of 6 months. Now, for posting this interest on loan into the ledger accounts, we should debit the interest on partner's loan account for the partner Harshad. As the business is liable to pay this interest to the partner Harshad, the corresponding credit entry would be in the partner's capital account for the partner Harshad. Now, the preparation of the interest on partner's loan account and the partner's capital account are not in the scope of this problem. So, let's not deal with the posting of these entries into those accounts. What I mean is that, in reality, these entries will be posted into those accounts. But we are not showing it here. And we should proceed by assuming that these entries are posted into those accounts. Now, after posting these entries into those accounts, the interest on partner's loan should be transferred to profit and loss adjustment account. Also remember that this amount should be ideally transferred to the profit and loss account, but it was not transferred. So, as we are dealing with this after the preparation of the profit and loss account, we are transferring this into the profit and loss adjustment account. Otherwise, we would have transferred it into the profit and loss account. Anyway, this is just for your information. Also note that as we have posted the interest on loan on the debit side of the interest on partner's loan account, when transferring this amount from the interest on partner's loan account to the profit and loss adjustment account, we should transfer it on the debit side of the profit and loss adjustment account. Also, as we are transferring the interest on loan amount out of the interest on partner's loan account, we should create the interest on partner's loan account with this amount. However, as the preparation of the interest on partner's loan account is not in the scope of this problem, let's leave out the interest on partner's loan account related credit entry and let's directly post the profit and loss adjustment account related debit entry into the profit and loss adjustment account. Let's first write interest on partner's loan account into the particulars column on the debit side. Let's then write the interest on partner Harshad's loan amount as 3000 rupees. Remember that only partner Harshad has given a loan. There is no loan amount given by the partner Dhiman. So, let's write the total interest on all the loans, which is also equal to 3000 rupees into the amount column on the debit side. With that, we have completed the posting of the interest on loan for the partner Harshad into the profit and loss adjustment account. As there are no other entries that need to be posted into the profit and loss adjustment account, let's find out the balance profit amount that should be transferred to the profit and loss appropriation account. Now, the total on the debit side of the profit and loss adjustment account is 3000 rupees. The total on the credit side of the profit and loss adjustment account is 1,80,000 rupees. From the total on the credit side, which is 1,80,000 rupees, if we subtract the total on the debit side, which is 3,000 rupees, we get 1,77,000 rupees. This is the profit amount that should be distributed among the partners. So, for distributing this profit amount among the partners, we should transfer this balance profit amount from the profit and loss adjustment account to the profit and loss appropriation account. Also, as we are transferring this profit amount out of the profit and loss adjustment account, we should debit the profit and loss adjustment account. So, let's first post the debit entry into the profit and loss adjustment account. Let's first write to profit and loss appropriation account into the particulars column on the debit side. Let's then write the profit amount that we are transferring as 1,77,000 rupees. With that, we have completed the debit entry related to the transfer of the profit amount from the profit and loss adjustment account to the profit and loss appropriation account. Let's now deal with the corresponding credit entry. As we have already discussed, we need to post the corresponding credit entry into the profit and loss appropriation account. But first, let's prepare the format of the profit and loss appropriation account as it is not yet prepared. Let's first write the title as Profit and Loss Appropriation Account. Let's then write the headers DR and CR to designate the debit and credit sides respectively. Let's now have the individual columns for particulars and amount in rupees on the debit side. Let's have the same columns on the credit side also. Let's then write by profit and loss adjustment account into the particulars column on the credit side. This indicates that the balance profit amount to be distributed is transferred from the profit and loss adjustment account to the profit and loss appropriation account. Let's then write the balance profit amount of 1,77,000 rupees into the amount column on the credit side. Now, if you notice, there are no other entries related to the partner's salary, interest on capital, interest on drawings, etc. So, this amount represents the total profit that should be distributed among the partners. Also, we have confirmed in the problem that the profit should be distributed equally. So let's find out how much profit each partner is going to get. Let's first write the heading profit sharing to indicate that the upcoming calculation is related to the sharing of profit among the partners. As the profit need to be shared equally among the partners, let's divide the total profit amount of 1,77,000 rupees with the total number of partners, which is equal to 2. Cancelling with 2, 2 ones are 2 88,000s and 500s are. So the share of profit for each partner will be 88,000 and 500 rupees. Now for distributing this profit, we should debit the profit and loss appropriation account and create the partner's capital account. Now, as the preparation of the partner's capital account is not in the scope of this problem, let's leave out the partner's capital account related credit entry and let's directly post the profit and loss appropriation account related debit entry into the profit and loss appropriation account. Let's first write the header profit transferred. Let's then write the profit transferred to the partner Harshad's capital account as 88,500 rupees. Let's then write the profit transferred to the partner Dhiman's capital account as 88,500 rupees. Let's then write the total profit transferred as 1,77,000 rupees. With that, we have completed the posting of the entry related to the transfer of the profit to be distributed from the profit and loss appropriation account to the partner's capital account. In fact, we have completed all the entries into the corresponding accounts as far as this problem is concerned. And now, it is time to find the totals, balance the accounts and close the books. Let's start with the profit and loss adjustment account. The total on the debit side of the profit and loss adjustment account is 1,80,000 rupees. Similarly, the total on the credit side of the profit and loss adjustment account is 1,80,000 rupees. So now the profit and loss adjustment account is balanced. Let us now deal with the profit and loss appropriation account. The total on the debit side of the profit and loss appropriation account is 1,77,000 rupees. Similarly, the total on the credit side of the profit and loss appropriation account is 1,77,000 rupees. So now the profit and loss appropriation account is balanced. With that, we have come to the end of this problem's solution. Thanks for watching.
Edixit.com is started to promote effective and efficient learning process to help the students with their learning requirements. To watch all our videos, please subscribe to our channel. Also, please click on the bell icon to receive a notification as soon as a new video is published. Please click on the like button if you like this video. Thanks for watching.